All right, it's January in Minnesota. I don't see very much stuff about the 120-year anniversary bikes, so I'm just going to kind of put mine out there just as a way to maybe get people start talking about them. It is January again, so we are sitting under blankets, which just give me a quick second and I'll get those blankets off. Doesn't really take very long. I don't know how many guys are riding these. I have about 1,000 on the Interceptor. I don't know if you guys have seen these or not yet. And I got about 700 on the GT. So, kind of just pictures for you guys, a couple things I've done to them. You can see like I've got a headlight in the Continental, standard in the Interceptor, just standard headlight. I've put a dart screen on the Interceptor and kept the small screen on the Conti. Bar end mirrors on both. Actually had some Triumph bar ends from one of my Triumphs that I had. So I just use those. I like those mirrors and they don't really say anything different. These are, I'm trying to differentiate a little bit between the two bikes. So I wanted a little bit more comfort on the Interceptor. So these are, and you cannot tell a difference other than sitting on it. This is a set of Meteor 350 handlebars. And then I used the crossbar from the Interceptor on it. And it went right on. The only thing I had to do, probably didn't have to do it, but I decided to do it, was run my cables down here. They're on the inside next to the gas tank versus on the outside wrapped around. They were a little bit tight, and I know we got some cheap cables on these things. They both have the YSS rear shocks on them. They both have YSS fronts. You can see the top caps from the YSS kit. Let me get this other blanket off. You can see the rears on that one. They both have sets of top caps. That is a remarkable difference in riding these. I figured if I was going to ride them, I wanted to get them the best I could as far as drivability goes, and they are pretty wonderful. In the interest of keeping these a little bit different bike to bike, and I do ride them both. To carry 2-up, I did go with the new 2-up touring seat, and I did put a 17-tooth sprocket on the Interceptor. Oh, by the way, I'd pull them outside. It's snowing today. Not much, but it's snowing. We haven't had much snow all year, but it's snowing. So these are, I'll just kind of, if you're unaware or never looked these up, what these are is, that's the Interceptor number 2. And then the Continental, also number 2. On both bikes, just for a little bit of protection, I just kind of put a 3M carbon fiber wrap, just a chunk right in the middle there for zippers and stuff, just as a protection. I don't have a whole lot else. I'm running on the stock tires. I didn't like the way it rode at all, but once I put the suspension in, the stock tires actually handle a lot better now because the bike handles better. So I'll probably swap those out to Bridgestones at some point. You got to keep in mind, every time I do something to this, I have to do it to 2 bikes. So if I only had a $200 pair of tires to put on, I'd be all over that. But I have a $400 pair of tires to go on now. So that's that. It's just a quick video of what these things look like if you've never seen them. These are not daily drivers. They pretty much go to bike nights and just little cruises around. I've taken them down to Baxter Cycle. In fact, when it was at Baxter Cycle, the pair of them, Forgotten Motorcycles does a lot of his test rides and puts them online. If you go to Forgotten Motorcycles, he did a short video of them, kind of happened upon him and did a short video of what you could find over there at Baxter Cycle. Those guys are awesome. The other thing I got Because those aren't daily riders, a quick share. This is my scooter. It's an AK550 from Kimco. That is pretty much my mostly two-up riding when we go out for big rides. We'll take the scooter. And then these girls get to sit in the garage. They're not happy about it, but they get to anyway. That's really all I got. I'd like to see a bunch of videos from guys in the US. Nobody is putting anything out there, and I'd love to see more of them. This is possibly the only numbered pair of numbered matching in the world. I have put it out on Facebook a bunch of times to some of the 120 sites, and I can't find anybody else to say they also have a pair. I do know a couple other guys that have pairs, but they are not numbered matching. So they're kind of cool. What they're worth, who knows? I ride them, so I'm not that concerned about it. If somebody had a fortune and they were willing to give up a fortune for a couple of motorcycles, I'd be all over it. Other than that, they're still real pretty. They look real good. Thank you much.